Hey, if you're enjoying Hooks and Ladders, and why wouldn't you be enjoying Hooks and Ladders? Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and hey, head on over to songstudio.ca to check out what we're up to. If you sign up for our mailing list, you'll be the first to know everything that's coming up and everything special that we got going on at Song Studio. You won't regret it.
Hey, welcome to another edition of Hooks and Ladders, where we talk about songwriting in all its wonderful facets. My name is Blair Packham.
And my name is Allister Bradley. And we are joined today by Toronto rapper extraordinaire, Keysha Freshh. Hey, Keysha, welcome.
How's it going, guys?
We're good. We're good. We're all dressed in black, sporting. Go Raptors.
Go Raptors.
Go Raptors.
Go button-down shirt.
Go button-down shirt.
Dope shirt. Dope shirt, Blair.
Thank you.
Keysha, I wanted to ask you about, because I know that you've done a lot of collaboration. You've done a lot of co-writing, and plenty of people in our audience, they're either hesitant to get into co-writing or they're wondering, how to extend their co-writing. So I wanted to pick your brain in terms of the collaborations you've had, and sort of dive into questions like, where do you find your collaborators, or how have your collaborators found you when you were first starting and you were looking for people to work with? How did you find people to work with?
I didn't really want to work with people when I first started. So for years, I was just, it was always just me. My first demo, I guess, which is called This Is Keysha. There's a song on there with the Reza brothers. Because I, was a fan of them, but it wasn't really like a co-writing situation more so. It was just like, I have this beat, I did the raps. Can you guys put a hook on it, send it to them, let them do their thing? I've had, collaborators in that aspect pretty much in my early stages. It was always like, I did this, here, you take it, you do that, send it back, we'll mix it, There wasn't really much. I believe in my definition of collaboration these days is being able to really be together, talk it out, talk the process out. But now it's kind of like, I did my thing, do your thing. That's how it was back then. So it wasn't until really when I got into into a group with the sorority in 2016 where I had to sit down and literally write with other people. We were working on our album Pledge, and it was like, we have to co-write this together, and work on these themes together, and this person take the reign, and then this, this person comes up with an idea for this particular beat. That's kind of how it was, and we were all like in the same, obviously in the studio together doing this. So it was new. It was like, okay, this is how I want this song to sound, but that might not necessarily be how Phoenix wanted the song to sound or Lex wanted the song to sound. So it was figuring out, okay, how do we balance this? Like, where's the median, the happy medium for everybody? So, and then there's 4 people in a group, there's never really a real tiebreaker. It's like 2 like it, 2 don't. Okay, what do we do here? So sometimes we rely on our manager or whoever, to kind of be that tiebreaker. But just trying to find the common ground and just agree was really challenging for all of us because we were all solo artists. Phoenix had some other group experience at the time, but as far as Lex and myself and Hawaii went, we were all solo artists, right? So all of us, admittedly had challenges, just trying to find the common ground, where's the compromise. But eventually we figured out the sweet spot. And I think working with collaborators is figuring out the sweet spot. Like I said, I never tried to find collaborators prior to that. Obviously, I just like being a solo artist, and if you wanted to get on my record or I wanted to on my record, I just send it to you. But these days when I'm looking for collaborations or collaborations come to me, I'm so open to it, and again, it's about creating genuine networks and genuine connections with artists that you like, artists that you admire, just on a creative level. Create genuine connections with them. Once you create those genuine connections, you're then able to have that kind of outside camaraderie where you can now go in a studio and be comfortable. It's oftentimes people collaborate with people they're not even really comfortable being around. And it's like you can tell on the record, you know, the music is, I always say the music is they don't, music has no secrets. The song has no secrets. And I say that because you can always tell when someone's in the studio and they're not prepared. It comes out in the record. You know, I tell the young artists that I mentor, like, I want you to memorize this song before you get in the studio, because you're going to get in the studio and I'm going to hear that you're reading this off of the paper when I listen to the final product, right? So the song doesn't have any secrets. So when you're collaborating with someone and the collaboration is not really genuine, sometimes artists collaborate because of money, and you know, you listen to the song and this is a big song promoted by labels and stuff, and you're like, this collaboration doesn't even make sense. Like, why would this, you know? And so mesh with people. My advice is always mesh with people who match your, you know, your vibe, people that you actually like and that you listen to, and people that you're fans of, and you know, create something together. You know, this whole sending emails and stuff, I think that practice needs to die away with as far as collaborating with people. Get in the studio. I know people, you know, if you're collaborating with someone in London and you're in Toronto, it's not always ideal, but we've seen through the pandemic, Zoom and stuff exists. And I've seen sessions happen on, I've seen some of the biggest songs on the charts right now have come from Zoom sessions, right? So get on these platforms, connect with people, speak with people, talk about your vision, talk about your feelings, why this record is, you know, how you want this record to be, why you're writing it the way that you wrote it. Like, I think a lot of conversations need to happen before the song happens. And early in my career, that wasn't the case. Like I said, it was just like, here, I did this. It'd be cool to have you on it. Now it's like, I love you, I'm a fan of you, but I've turned people away from collaborations, like huge people that I would have worked with, you know, I love to work with, but it's like, I don't want this. This song isn't for us. Like, that's not the one. Like, there will be one, but this isn't the one. And once you reach a certain level in your career where you have that awareness, you know, I think is very special.
I think it's
To know when a collaboration isn't right.
I think it's strength on your part. But it's also a lack of fear, and I think that comes with experience. But although you can also fake it till you make it, you can just decide, I'm not going to do something out of fear. Like, if I don't write with this person, if I don't collaborate with them, this opportunity will never happen again. If you think that, then you're going to be writing with somebody who it might not be the right thing.
100%. And again, time. Yeah. I'm so big on time these days. It's like, it just means so much more than money at this point to me. Everyone, you know, we like money, we like having money, we like not having debt and all that stuff. That's great. But for me, a lot of things can be mitigated if you're balancing your time properly. And we spend a lot of time, you know, obsessing over certain, you know, things, and especially with music collaborations and stuff like that, that just don't really make sense for a career. And I just believe it's more of a waste of time than it is money at this stage. So yeah, my advice, you know, to people looking to collaborate with people is make it make sense. It has to make sense time-wise. It has to make sense. Obviously, we always say financially, you don't want to, you know, sometimes you pay for features and you don't want to pay someone for a feature. And I see a lot of this happening. Artists will pay these, you know, artists with more followers, because that's really all it is, more followers. They'll pay these artists with more followers to get on a song, and they spend all this money to promote the song, and then the artist that's featured on the song doesn't even post it, like doesn't even promote it, they're not really invested in the song at all. They don't care. They just got a paycheck out of you. And I'm also at a point in my career where I've turned down collaborations if I don't like the song. There's people that get on songs for money and they don't necessarily like the song. And I just believe that's so wrong. Like, don't make sure that when you're collaborating with someone that it's a genuine want on both sides. Like, they genuinely like the record, but also nowadays, contractually, people are saying, if I'm paying you to get on this song, you have to promote it.
Yeah. Makes total sense.
We've reached that point.
Yeah. But it makes sense to require it, you know, because people won't do it, as you say. The moment that you came together in the sorority, which was such a great group and really, I thought, groundbreaking, is captured on video with that cipher, the International Women's Team Backpack Cipher, International Women's Day thing, where you can see you guys didn't really even know each other till you just got there for the session, but you can see how much you're enjoying what the other person is doing. And so when you became a group after that, it was like, well, yeah, because they dug what each other did, you know, and it was so great to witness.
And that's what it was. It was really just like, same thing. We showed up that day. Everyone was wearing all black. They never told us what to wear. It's just organic. We all just came wearing all black. So I
It's
think
like
that
us
that
today.
means we need to start a group, guys. Yep.
We
So
got
they
to start a
came in,
group.
they came in, we all came in all black, and it was just
Yeah.
like, so already that was like a laughing thing. Like, well, we're all wearing all black. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But the chemistry was just so great off of that one exchange experience that, it was like a no-brainer to create a group out of that. And we had a wonderful time. The group was awesome. We had a wonderful time, and everyone kind of, enjoyed their time, and we did some great things.
Yeah. Yeah. It's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah.
I find that's essential when you're in a room with other artists trying to collaborate. If you're not open, if you're not enjoying, if you're not trusting in one another, then you're going to be holding back and thinking, well, no, I better keep my really best ideas for some other project. And that's not a healthy way to be in a room trying to collaborate with people, is it? Have you found
I
yourself in any of those rooms?
Oh yeah, I've definitely been in. I think even with the sorority, there are definitely times where some of us have been like, yeah, nah, I think I want that for my album, or I want that beat for my. People would send folders. But we've all kind of had the moment. There's, people have sent folders, and it's like nobody want that, and no one's choosing that beat. I want that for my project. You know what I mean? Like, now let's not send that to the group. That's gonna be for me. I think we've all shared those kind of moments, but I've yeah, you do hold back sometimes. I've done other ciphers with Team Backpack where they brought us to New York and stuff like that. And for me, it was like there were some of the verses that I came up with for the ciphers is more like, nah, I kind of want that on my album. Like, so let's go with this one, but it stifles you. It stifles you because then you go into these circumstances where other people are giving their best. They are giving the greatest verse that they've ever written.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're giving your third best, they're giving their best, so it shows on camera, it shows on audio, like it shows like, okay, this person came really prepared, their stuff is fire. That verse from Keysha was good, but like this person gave their all, you know what I mean? So I think it's always about putting your best foot forward, like always, no matter the situation, because if you're a writer, that's not going to be your best verse. It's your best verse now, but your next verse will be your best, and then you go from there. But to hold back and like, I'm gonna use this for this and this and this, there's an awareness in that, but it also can hamper the moment. So
What about beat makers or producers? Like that's a collaboration of a different kind, but it's pretty elemental. It's pretty essential to what you're doing. How do you find, or do they find you? Like, how does that work?
beat makers are everywhere.
Are
And that's not a
everywhere?
bad thing.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
really, really good thing. And
Okay.
shout out to them because they really work hard. I think the patience to create a production, in my opinion, is like underrated. And so I always give them their kudos because I know I don't have the patience to sit down and do that. It's not my ministry. That's not my forte. But for when collaborations come about, I have producers every day sending me stuff. Like my inbox is full. Sometimes, most times, I don't get to a lot of them. I'm trying to kind of seek out production. I listen to a lot of music, and it's like, who produced this? And then I try to seek out those people who want to seriously work and get stuff done and tailor stuff to the artist. Um, that's kind of how I've always kind of done it. It was my last project, Field Trip, where I was more hands-on than I've ever kind of been in production. I was literally sitting with some of the producers and literally like for my song Calls, I co-produced the beat. I had this sound in my head. And though I might not know the technical plugins and stuff, I was able to sit with the producer and be like, nah, I want the drums like this. Can you put that here, move that here? Give me the snares and the kicks. I want that. Like I was able to orchestrate the process. And that's kind of how I was with other songs on that album as well, where it was like, add some drums. I want you to play this riff. Like he had to sit at the piano and I'm like, play this. And he's like, what are the keys, Keysha? I'm like, I don't know, but it's because I can match it with my voice. I said, give me this key. And I would sing it and he'd be like, okay, I know that key. Like he would find it on the piano. So we were able to create based on me just hearing stuff in my head. I don't know. Take that as you may, but I was hearing things in my head. So we were able to create based on that.
Yeah.
And we came up with some really great themes. So for the new stuff I'm working on, also being a little more hands-on with the production and take that out, put that in there, but also letting the producers have their creative freedom. It's just like an artist. I don't want to overstep you. This was your beat. This was your vision. I appreciate it. As an artist, when I put the song out, I might want to hear this a little more than that. So can you move? But I try not to totally change a producer's art. That is their art as well. So, I might have some tips and tricks, but other than that, I let the beats rock.
Yeah, you do. You do in your whole career. As usual, I'm so impressed, but I'm not going to gush about you. But always impressed with the way you handle yourself and all the stuff you do and your openness. And I really want to thank you for joining us. It's been great talking with you again.
Yeah,
thank you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.